Hey folks, Phil B-Man here. I'm going to do some sampling on my test my little 4x4 trial, and also a couple hives that attracted some attention last few times we went out with the bees. So I have here, I lost track of it now. This one is from a hive that had gone drone layer. So there's a large number of drones, relatively few workers in the hive. Just wondering what if anything, that might mean. I have here the diamonds from the 4x4 trial, spades, hearts, and clubs. And then this one was a hive that also seemed to be in a bit of trouble. So we'll do that one first. I'm also changing my method. I've got a shallow pan, a filter pan. This is basically a plastic ring with a screen of cheesecloth glued across the bottom. I think this is, I bought this from my bee supply place. I think you're supposed to put it in a pail and then pour the honey into it, and that would filter it. I think for a smaller operation that might work pretty well. I'm going to use it instead of my filter cloth. And then I'm going to pour the bees through a colander and kind of swoosh them around. So that should avoid trapping any bees in the rapid test device I was using last time. All right, and what we're expecting, of course, is that one of these is the control and the other ones are 3 different treatments, and that we should get different results as the mite levels have increased as they've hatched out with the brood. All these hives had little to no brood in them, and so all the mites should be on the adult bees. We should be seeing those levels coming up, and what we're hoping is that the right and effective control is one that nudges it back towards the low levels we had when we started. Okay, with all that being said, let's go. So this is sample number 1. This is a weak colony. And we'll pour a little extra fluid on that. Let's use it all. Okay. And I can even switch these around a bit more. Lift this up. I'm okay with no mites. Should we try that again just to be, seems too good to be true. Well, now I've got a lot more legs. But no mites. Okay, I'm going to, so we're going to recapture. I think we can just do it like this. We'll just knock this out. You can see, clean. Dump the bees out. And that's clean. Okay, this is our, this is the hive that was failing. The first one was, the clean one was the one that was a drone layer. So that's 0%. That's what we like. So more bees. This is probably about a 300 bee sample. These samples have been collected a number of days ago, and they bounced around in the back seat of my truck for a couple of days, and they've been mellowing in the fluid for a couple of days, so I'm confident that the mites aren't hanging on very tight. But we'll nonetheless give them a good wash here. I think I might see some. Oop, dropped a few bees in there too. Nope. Clean as a whistle. Okay, so those are like practice. So whatever was wrong with that hive, it wasn't mites. All right, what do you want to do? Here we got the diamonds. Now, careful what you wish for here. I'm hoping for no mites right across the board. My winter I will sleep much more soundly if that's what I'm looking at. But for the purposes of science, we want some mites in the control. What we really want in terms of education, for myself most of all, this is me wanting to know what the heck I want to do for treatments. I would love to have, 1, 2, 3 levels of efficacy, so I have can do some sort of cost-benefit analysis. Oh, for crying out loud. No mites. No, like I say, careful what you wish for. Next one, spades. We got one right there. A little bigger right there. So, the good news is our system works. Now, which one was that? That was the spades. Diamonds had none. Spades had one. Still, that's a level that's well below treatment threshold. If all my hives, there's that mite right on the tip of my finger. If all my hives are at that, you know, 1/3%, we'll be happy. Okay, hearts. I see at least 1, 2, 1 there, and 1 there. Oh no, there and here. Those little darn specks of brown. Okay, now that was hearts. 2 out of a 300-piece sample. Here we are with our clubs. That's actually a slightly smaller sample. I'm going to call that 200 bees. Might be more like 250. This is our control. This is the one that we're hoping, for science sake, is loaded with mites. Come on, mites. Well, I think we got something here. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Count them again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now that I hold them up to the light, let's try that again. Don't think that's one. No, that's a little piece of grit. No, that was a mite hiding under a piece of grit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. See for yourself. So, $9 on 250. We probably want to actually get a good accurate count on those bees. I'm going to stuff them back into a jar here. You can see how this jar, I counted out bees and marked it every 100. So actually, yeah, it probably is 300. More than 200, less than 300, 250, probably a decent estimate. Nine on 250 is something like a little over 2%. That would make a survivability difference. So the 3 other treatments, Apivar, Apilife VAR, or VAR, if anyone knows what you're supposed to say, come and tell me, and Thymovar all had control effectiveness the way I used them, from what I can tell in this experiment so far. We would expect then in the spring, if I don't mess with those hives anymore, if I leave those controls alone, they're in trouble. I have to sleep on whether now that hives are worth $600 a piece, whether I want to lose all of those or whether I want to try something on just those hives. If one overdose of oxalic could knock those mites down. I'll think about that. If you guys got ideas, you can let me know. The last couple of years I've been like, what's a few hives and controls? Now that we're really struggling up here to keep bees in hand, my attitude on that is a little less cavalier, let's put it that way. So I hope this has been useful to you. I will continue to monitor those 3 controls against each other for sure. I'll probably leave some controls in. I could easily leave the 5 that we for sure sampled into the methodology and play with the rest a little bit. Let's go with that. And then we'll see, so 2%, right? So the others are basically indistinguishable. 1 mite out of 300 versus 0 mites out of 300. Statistically, probably not significant. If we run the trial longer, we might start to see them diverge, and so I for sure want to do that. Okay, I think that's it for today. Thanks a lot, everyone. Keep well.